just bugging.
It may start, it may not.
1965. This is the one we did the compression test, and number 3 passed with a 100. All the rest of them passed over 100. So we're gonna see where the failure is there and hopefully get a refresh without a full rebuild. It only has 55,000 original miles on it, so.
Push it.
I want to get in here. I love the two-tone color. That is sweet. That's good right there. Dalton and I will move it. Guys, you see the beautiful 1965 Beetle with the sunroof that doesn't go all the way up. I'll take a look at that, but even though it wasn't his main concern. So this is the one we did the in-home compression test, so to speak. And it got a 110 on number 1 cylinder, 117, number 2 cylinder, and the number 3 cylinder is what got 100. And then 107 on number 4. So we're hoping to either top end or a refresh. If we could find that it's losing compression through the heads, that'd be cheaper, but it's only got 55,000 miles on it, so it should be able to make it for a refresh. I'm gonna let Rick determine that and check it out, take it down to the case and see if we need to go any further, depending on the EndPlay, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned for more progress on the 1965 Beetle. Boy, she's a beaut. That out, the original jack, and then he keeps a belt, an extra belt right there. That's a sweet car.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yes, I love these mirrors. Check that out.
Oh, that is cool.
Goes on the hinge. That is sweet. That means you could do that to any car, but the problem is getting that damn hinge pin out. Bugging. We have got the 65 Beetle up in the air, ready to drop the motor. It's pretty tight as far as EndPlay goes. It's only got 55,000 original miles on it. It's a one-owner car. So we're going to yank the motor out and, like I said, get into it and see what it needs. Try to keep it, you know, as original as possible. And this one's just going to be painted black back to the way it originally was. So that's what I'm going to get ready to do now. Start disconnecting everything and getting this out of here so my builder can take a look. Hey guys, the 65 is out. Here's the motor. We're gonna pick it up and put it on a stand and get it broken down and evaluate it and see what we have to do, and hopefully it's just somewhat of a refresh instead of a complete overhaul, was what I'm expecting. I mean, we have 1 cylinder at 100, so you know, possibly everything's fine. Go in there, replace some of the rings and hone out the cylinders. That's what I'm expecting, but that's up to Rick. So we'll see what we got going today, Rick.
Well, we're tearing down a 1200 for a customer 65 bug, isn't it?
Yep.
Want to see what he needs, and it ran. We're just going to basically freshen it up.
Yeah, it passed what on all 4 cylinders except number 3 was a 100 and number 4 was like 107. So I mean, possibly just a good refresh. Rings is what we're hoping, huh?
Yeah, definitely aren't anticipating finding anything ugly.
Yeah, it only had just over 55,000 original miles, one owner car. So
Yeah, he definitely been hot though. Look at the way this oil cylinder is melted.
oh yeah. Wow. Well, we're soon to find out what's needed.
1200 all apart. We found the reason for it having low compression. If you look right here, you can see where it was blowing out past the jug.
Yeah, I see that
a little on
black
that head and a little on this one, and then this one right here too. That's 1, 3, and 4.
Yep.
Not the end of the world. We've seen uglier. Definitely salvageable.
Oh yes. And it had good EndPlay on it and everything.
EndPlay's good.
And you could tell somebody's been here before.
Yeah, somebody definitely been in there before. Volkswagen, last time I checked, don't use blue RTV.
Yeah, that's a fact. All right, so get all this cleaned up and determine what the corrective action will be. And sandblast all these tins, get them painted, Hey guys, I've got all the tins and exhausts and everything out for the 65 Beetle there, and I'm gonna sandblast them all and get them all painted and looking nice. All right guys, here's all the tins painted for the 1965 1200cc, which has been upgraded to 1500. We're putting a 83 millimeter new pistons in it. It was kind of a budget build, only had 55,000 miles on it. Decent EndPlay, and one piston, like a ring broke or something. It wasn't broke on it, but maybe somebody put it back together that way. But a little scarred up on top, a little bit. Areas in the head that have to be worked and grinded down, reseated. That's what we're doing now. So it's a mess in here. We got all kinds of motors going on. Here's the damage that was on the piston, as you can see. And now we're honing out the cylinders, and we've got our new pistons right here, and rings and pins, and it's an 8295. So gonna get new pistons and rings, and here's the block. So it'll be a little cleaned up a little bit more. So we're getting ready to put that back together and break it in possibly tomorrow. All right, we got two new pistons in there on one side now, huh?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm curious to see what we increase the compression on this low budget build here. Luckily it's only 55,000 miles on it, so it should be just fine for the purpose. Okay, here we go with the last new piston, huh?
Yep.
Hell yeah, that'll work. Should be a decent runner there. Got lucky there. All right, let's tuning it up and get ready to put it back in the 65. Running great. I see a lot of oil all around on the swing axle, and you can see the boot is torn right here. Now, I'd replace the boot, but like I said, I'm on a limited budget, and I can only address it and tell the customer and see what he wants to do with it. I'm gonna top this off, get the plug out, and top this off as much as possible, and it's, you know, it's gonna leak some. I can't guarantee that, but I don't know what his circumstances are right now, so it'll have to wait. I do have a good set of used boots that I took off to replace. It was on Pee-wee, somebody had done them, but I was refreshing the transmission in that tranny, so I wouldn't want to put them back on. So I mean, I can do that for him, but once I get his approval. All right, we're getting ready to put this back up in the car. This boot over here was torn. I had a good used old new stock. It says West Germany Volkswagen on it. I replaced that one and used his screws and straps. And that one was clocked wrong, and it popped the bolts out of the center of it. This one was clocked wrong and had permanent straps on it, so I removed them, clocked it right. It's not torn, put some new clamps on it, so got him there on the economy, a budget build. So we're going to put a new throw-out bearing and a new clutch on it, and we're gonna slap this bad boy back up in it. All right, we got the motor back up in the 65. Pat's getting the bottom nuts on the studs, and we're gonna get back to hooking all this back up and getting this baby running. Hey guys, I'm back on the 65. I'm gonna finish up hooking everything up. Accelerator, put the belt on it, put the rear tin into it, hook all the wiring up. Then I'm going to readjust the rear brakes when I'm locking up, and that's about it. Drive it, make sure it cranks up every time. I think because of the low compression and the one failed cylinder, like I said, the EndPlay was good on it, so put new pistons and cylinders on it. So I think it shouldn't have any problems starting up now, because it's gonna have some more compression and it's not going to be such a weak motor. So I think this will be a good budget build, so to speak, and he should have no problems with it. He just really wants it to be reliable, so when his grandchildren come and visit, that they can take a spin for it around in the retirement community he lives in. So we would love to get this Beetle back on the road, and that's what we're going to do. It's a gorgeous car, and I think he'll be very happy with it. I love doing these old cars. I mean, sure beats doing the newer ones, but you know, it's all about keeping all the people in our bug family and bug enthusiasts happy, so we like to keep them on the road. Let me get back to work and stop talking. Hey guys, so I'm getting it more all hooked up and everything. I replaced the fuel filter, put a new belt on it. This was kind of torn up a little bit. All right guys, topped off the tranny. So got a brake hanging up here, you can see it. Goes forward, and then when you go backwards, it doesn't want to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and see what we got in here. Sounds like something came apart. Probably the hardware, spring, shoe retainer. That's what I'm thinking. Ooh, you didn't even hear the hammer knock on that impact, did you? Wow. All right, guys, I'm back on the 65. I've got everything ready to start it up, but there was some really bad, strong gas smell at the front, so I want to pull the tank and replace the fuel line underneath there. But I can't seem to get to the front of the vehicle yet because he had a brake locking up, and you can see I backed them completely off. There's something not connected in there, and I've tried everything to get this off. So maybe it loosened up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brake line out and remove the bolt for the wheel cylinder, and I'm going to turn this around and release the springs there, and hopefully it'll free up enough room. There's a good sized lip on this rotor too, so I can see the brake fluids coming out of it because I released this yesterday, so of course I'm going to have to bleed the brakes. So it is what it is, but it's got to be taken care of. Nothing's going to go out of here with bad brakes, that's for sure. Got a new one in stock that will work. We are in business. All right, got a new wheel cylinder here. Definitely was the problem. It was all locked up. So we are gonna replace it. Oops. Fortunately, I had another one. Brand new. Definitely had a problem here. All right, let's get our line in there. All right, I'll get this together. All right, I've got it all up on there and everything's there. Clean this off just a little bit. See the adjusters, I had them all the way collapsed. It's just this was stuck in the out position, like the vehicle set for a while. Somebody stepped on the brakes, it stayed in that position and just seized in that position. So, some of the dust out of there. Much better. And this nut was on too loose. I mean, I could have taken it off with my fingers, and I think it's about 450, something like that. I can't remember. Oh, that's weird. I know it's a lot more than finger tight. And it has a lot to do with the swing axle as the EndPlay and the bearing. All right, I'll take care of the rest. Got to bleed it and adjust them. All right, guys, I retorqued this side. Brakes are bled. I adjusted both rear brakes. Like I said, I retorqued this. Put a new cotter pin in it. Good to go. There we go. Just a little bit of rubbing. I like to have the pad seat a little bit. Good to go. Let me get this side on, and then I'll get to figure out what he was smelling as far as a fuel leak in the front. I presume it's going to be the hose underneath. So I want to get this lowered down and take a look underneath the front.
Hey man, what we got here?
Well, we got the 1965 Beetle that we did a partial rebuild. He had 1 weak cylinder, and we replaced the pistons and rings, and everything else seemed to be fine. He's got a good EndPlay and everything, and replaced all the push rod tube seals and all. So she doesn't have any oil leaks anymore, and she runs great. She had a 28 picked on it. It's now a 1500cc motor, and she had a 28 pick on it, and it's just completely worn out and sucking air through the throttle shaft. So I had a good used 30-31 pick, which would be much better for the 1500cc, and Rick just went over it and set the timing and adjusted a new carb we put on it, not an actual new carb, but a different carb. And all I gotta do is hook up the heater cables and put the heater box hoses on it and make sure all the lights work, and starts every time now, and that was one of his biggest issues. It would never start, but that's probably because it was weak. You know, the pressure was low, especially in one cylinder. So runs great. I think the customer would be very happy with it. Had a braked up left or rear brake. The wheel cylinder was stuck. I replaced that. I had a fuel leak. Replaced the fuel line on the front fuel tank underneath, and got a good used muffler, so you didn't have to buy a brand new muffler, and new tips on the back. We're going to take the 65 for a spin. Oh, I like that clutch. Sweet. New clutch. I love it when a plan comes together.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, the fronts need adjusting, pulling to the left. So I'll just adjust the front. Nice.
He slapped his buddy. Hey, dude, look up.
Sweet. I'm sure he'll be happy with this. And so will his grandchildren that get to drive around in it. Another Just Buggin' success story. So people can get back out there and enjoy their Beetle. This is my favorite part. Done with a wounded duck and fixed him up, bandaged his wing, and put him back out with the flock. So we can flock things up. Goofy. Hey guys, hope you can hear me. Our cable for our mic to our GoPro, it went bad, so bear with me. I'm gonna take the 65 for drive. The only thing I saw before was the brakes needed just in the front, and it is like 44 degrees here. Cold as hell. This thing started right up. He had a lot of problems starting it all the time. I think what it was is just didn't have enough compression. 6 volts. You don't have enough compression to kick it over when you turn it over, you're gonna have a problem. It'll take a little while for it to warm up. The tires were like 10 psi low on every one, so kind of rode a little funny before. Bouncing around, of course. 40 psi missing out of all the tires combined. Yeah, brakes are perfect now. It's a really nice running motor now. Now it's a 1500. They put new pistons and rings in it. Honed the cylinders. The EndPlay was sufficient. Budget build, and glad that we could help them out and keep this fine looking 65 Beetle on the road. It's all about, man, making these Beetle enthusiasts happy and keep on bugging. We do it here at Just Buggin'. The owner will be coming getting it around noon today and driving it back to his house. It's kind of zippy. I like it. Yeah, 30-31 picks, and a lot better than that 28 did. I'm quite sure Lyle will be very pleased with this. It was leaking oil all over the place. Yep, so I'm happy with it. I think it's ready to send it home. That is sweet. Save you a lot of money not having to go into the bottom end. Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know how long my brother had it. Sat in the garage in Michigan for years. Then he moved to Missouri, and it's sitting in his hangar down there for 3 or 4 years before he died. And
well, it doesn't lose value.
oh, he tried to sell it in Michigan, tried to sell it in Missouri for $6,000. Couldn't even get anybody to look at it.
Down here they're hot, and they're buying these and shipping them to Sweden and Holland and selling them for outrageous amount of money. Yeah, I love the mud flaps on it too.
Yeah, I need to straighten that one. It's bent somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to bend, but they look sharp. Yeah, Dalton's new toy.
My camera and gimbal all in one. $499 for this tiny little thing, but it does the job.
It does everything. And he can put it to where it zeroes in on my face, and it's like a robot. It'll follow me. He doesn't even have to follow me. Yeah, cool. It's like, where are you going? That cool? But it's so much better for you. I mean, holding that big gimbal and big ass camera on top, it does everything and it's better. It autofocuses everything. Just
Ready, ball?
Yeah, let it warm up a little bit because it's cold natured. I mean, it warms up as you're going down the road, but it's just better for it. You have a brand new clutch in it and everything. It should be adjusted where I would think you'd want it. Feels good to me. You know why it starts better now? It's got more compression. The 6 volts only has to start, throw a spark and the rest of the motor takes over.
The thing was, it just wouldn't turn over.
Uh-huh.
So you just key it, it just be dead.
No, your door's not shut all the way. And I adjusted that door over there so it would shut properly. It wouldn't hit the second latch and it was hanging open. Oh, and Dalton went around and checked all the air in your tires. They were 10 pounds low in each one.
Yeah, I filled them all up to 35.
It's just because of the change of weather. Have a good day. Listen to that, just purring.
Hey man, what we got here?
Well, it's really kind of hard to drive a big Suburban like this without power steering, alternator, everything. The serpentine belt took a crap.
Rip. And we were just on our way back from getting, the new Sandless.
At least I had a Blizzard and some Dairy Queens with me. So
Yeah. And hey man, what we got here?
one of these things is not like the other.
One of these things is not like the other.
Just Buggin Cruiser is back up now. Had to get 2 belts to make sure they didn't give me the wrong one because I don't know whether it's a 85 amp alternator
Or 120. But hey, it's running. Back on the road.
Back on the
We're
road.
on the road again.
Just can't wait to get on the road again.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Got my belt back on my truck again.
Oh, that's cool. Volkswagen button down denim shirt. That's sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, sporting the VDUB. What's up, GQ? Hey guys, I hope you liked the video on the 65 Beetle. It was fun bringing that Beetle back. Yeah, it was a budget build and trying to watch his money on it, and it's not a daily driver. It's just for his grandchildren when they come around where they can drive it around the neighborhood and everything. So that's what we were trying to do, and that's what we do try to do, is try to bring these cars back. And that's the whole thing about Just Buggin, and we're not trying to build everything high performance, and it is what the customer wants. Yeah, it was at the high end of the EndPlay, but that's all he wanted, so we built the top end. And sometimes you can build the top end and have a problem with the bottom end, or so to speak, but we didn't see that with this, and it turned out great. And so that's what the customer wanted, and that's what he got, and as far as I know, he's happy with it. So Dalton's got some information on some new t-shirt designs we have.
So I'm pretty sure it was Christmas Day, I happened to be scrolling Facebook and I saw in one of these Volkswagen community clubs that there was a picture of this girl in front of her Volkswagen thing. And I was like, that's kind of cool. And I saw in the comment section, there was a bunch of people talking about it, how nice it was and everything. And then I saw a picture, and it was a design of that somebody illustrated of this girl standing in front of this VW thing. And she replied back to it, and she was like, oh my God, this is so cool. Thank you so much. And he said, oh, it's a Christmas gift. And I thought that was super cool. And so I ended up commenting because, I wanted something with me and him, with our heads hanging out of the 72 Super. And I thought that would be kind of cool. So I didn't really think anything of it. It was like probably 11 o'clock at night, and I said, hey man, could you do one of me and my dad? And he asked, yeah man, could you send me some pictures? So I sent him some pictures and everything, and just an hour later or whatever, I got off playing video games, and I noticed that he created a design of us, and I was like, that is super cool. So I ended up talking to him, and his name's Jose, and he's from Cartoon Wolf. He designs and illustrates people in their car, driving and everything. But yeah, we're gonna start working with him, and you guys can check out the merch with our new design in the link down below. So check it out. There's t-shirts, mugs, hoodies, tank top.
Yeah, and they can check out the new Pee Wee and Me.
Yeah,
which
Pee Wee.
Maureen
Pee Wee's got
that
some
won
merch
the 1,000 subscribers giveaway prize package, and she's on the roll. She wanted her car on a shirt, and
Yeah, and we got it
we
done
showed
pretty
her
quick.
the new designer, Jose, and wanted to know if she wanted an animated, version of her and her husband poking out of the '61 Beetle. It turned out great. It's really nice.
So if you guys want to get some Pee Wee and Me merch, then check the link in the description. We will have 2 designers. So if you guys ever want custom shirts of you and your Beetle, you can either do the cartoon style with Jose, and you can have you hanging out of the car or whatever, and then have whatever text you want, and with the Just Buggin name on it. Or you could go with our other designer, and our other designer, of course, will make your car like the 72 Fun in the Sun, or like the 78 Champagne, which is the car in a nice presented manner with a nice background.
With a theme.
With a nice theme of whatever theme you want. So if you want a maple tree with some maple leaves falling and a honey bear, with some honey
and the
on a
cartoon
tree stump,
version.
you could get whatever you want.
Yeah, and the cartoon version shirts are now going to be, the print is going to be on the front.
Yes.
And then
the
Just Buggin,
Buggin
big letters, Just Buggin, VW
from shoulder to
Restorations.
shoulder.
From shoulder to shoulder in the back, instead of like a work t-shirt. But my
We-
sister has the only one, limited edition, where we put it on the front and then put the...
For the Just Buggin
yeah,
Cruising, his sister is the only one that will have the shirt where it says the Just Buggin Restorations on the front,
yeah.
and then the designs on the back.
Yeah.
Why is because right after that, when we were in the process of getting Pee Wee's merch done, we were like, you know what? Pee Wee wants the design on the front, so that would be kind of cool to have the design on the front. So, and we always look at it as a work perspective shirt. It's just got the Just Buggin Restorations, just like any other work shirt does, and then the design on the back.
And then when we thought about Bug Jam shirt,
we thought that the Bug Jam shirt's on the front, so we should
Yeah.
do it on the front. So that's what we did. And
the other ones will stay the way they are.
Yeah.
But
the cartoon ones will have the design on the front.
yeah, because you want to show that off. Maybe
Yeah,
you're wearing
you
a
don't wanna be
jacket or a
hiding
flannel
that with a
shirt.
flannel, yeah.
And you can see it, like my Rockville shirt.
Or
here.
like my Cheech and Chong shirt.
Yeah, Cheech and Chong.
Yeah. But stay tuned. We will have the whole channel refreshing. New logo, maybe new
banner.
maybe new intro down the line.
Yeah.
A little new watermark in the corner. So stay tuned, and we'll have something to do with this Beetle right here. So.
And we would like to wish you all a happy new year.
Yeah.
Hopefully 2021 is much better than 2020.
What did we do for our new year?
Oh yeah, we're watching the live stream of Kiss in Dubai, which is breaking records.
It broke 2 Guinness World Records.
Yeah.
This record was the most flame projection launches simultaneously in a music concert. Now the minimum requirement set by Guinness World Records was 66, and I can reveal that you achieved a grand total of 73! Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to announce the new Guinness World Records title holders for the most flame projections launched simultaneously in a music concert was achieved by Kiss 31st of December 2020.
Thank you,
Congratulations!
Guinness!
You are officially amazing!
Thank you.
Yeah, and the amount of fireworks. Oh my
It just
God, I've
kept
never
going.
seen 10 minutes at least of fireworks. I mean, just blam, blam, blam. Almost $1.5 million worth of fireworks. That's
Crazy.
amazing. So
But
they're
it
going to
was
break
really
that
cool.
record too. And then
Oh,
the
yeah.
live streaming, most grossing live stream.
There was like 11,000 people watching at the time, but man, Kiss, they're gonna make some money.
Yeah,
right
it
there.
was an awesome show.
Yeah.
We already watched it because, of course, it's already 2021 in Dubai. All right, so we hope you all have a great year this year and keep those bugs going. Just bugging.
Thanks for watching. Hey guys, it's Dalton. Thanks for watching this video. We really enjoyed working on the 1965 Beetle. It's a budget build, but we're glad we got to fix up someone's Beetle to where they can enjoy many more memories in them. Also, we had a great Christmas. You could see I bought him a nice shirt from the VDUB factory swap meet. There was a nice couple that was selling flags, pillowcases, and those nice shirts, and I happened to buy him one and me one that's similar but in a different style. Also, we had a great New Year's. It was really fun watching the Kiss live stream in Dubai. We've seen Kiss multiple times throughout the years, and every single show has been amazing. Like, just the ending finale is just great. There's usually always fireworks and confetti and stuff, and they won 2 Guinness World Records, and they're probably going to win the 3rd one, which is the most grossing live stream, which is super cool. But yeah, we had a great New Year's. All of us from Just Buggin' hope you guys had a great New Year's too, and we're looking forward to 2021. 2020 was great, but it had its bad moments, you know. But we look forward to all the great Volkswagen events that are going to happen in 2021, and we look forward to making many more great memories and fixing people's Beetles so people can make many more great memories too. Remember to check out the new merch of the Just Buggin' cruising design and the Pee-wee and me. If you guys would like to get any merch, then check the link in the description. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, drop a like, comment, subscribe, and have a Just Buggin' of a day.